We are live. We're live. We're live. We are live. Oh, witchy wonders. Oh, witchy wonders. It's about to be on with the Christian Witches Convention 2021 in Salem, Massachusetts, baby. It's about to be on. It's about to be on, family. I'm in the park today, as you can see, getting grounding in the earth mother and nature and all that good stuff. Hey family, hey Dawn, how you loving? Rebecca, how you loving? How you loving family? How you loving? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in the upper room. I'm in the park today. Get my actually look around. Can you see the water over there? I'm not sure if it's coming out on the video. I'm in New Orleans, and as you know, I'm traveling all over the world. And currently, I find myself traveling within the United States, being that we have an experience of a global meditation and a tremendous ascensionary experience for every soul on planet Earth to ascend in consciousness. And so we're currently finding ourselves in this global meditation, in this global space of reconfiguring education and financial markets and politics and science and religion and spirituality. We're grappling with all of that. Humanity is grappling with itself because it's found itself at the edge, the precipice of its possible extinction in the next 20, 30 years if we don't do something radically different. And so that's the current environment we find ourselves in as we're doing this. Hey, Fun Ride, how you loving? How you loving, Fun Ride? Coach Michelle, hi, love. Mwah. Peace. How you loving, boo? How you loving? So, because we're in this incredible time in human history that's never happened before, it never will happen again. I can't say it'll never happen again. I can say it's never happened before. I've never seen it. I've never seen what we're experiencing right now happen before. Maybe it has happened before. What I do know is that this is an opportunity for you to step up to the plate and for you to be God. That's what I know. If you want to, if you want to, because the world is in a place where it needs all of us. I'm in New Orleans, baby, or as they say, Nolans. They call it Nolans. And right now, I'm writing. And I'm writing spellcrafting for Christian witches, and I'm writing magical prayers for Christian witches, both of which come out at the end of the month, October 31st. This is my birthday month. And my birthday Amazon wish list is on the video on the Valerie Love channel, my birthday video. So if you feel so inclined, I also posted it on the channel. So if you feel so inclined to pick up something for my Amazon birthday wish list, it's there. Have at it. Help yourself. And for channel members, if you're a member of the channel, pardon me, you're about to get both of those books as gifts. Both of those books as gifts. Thank you, Jay. Abundant blessings, Danielle. How you love it? New Orleans is on your wish list. Oh my goodness. Come, come, come. Woo! Jambalaya, the fish, the seafood. Pardon me. I don't eat seafood. That's just my own thing. Hold on. I don't want to cough in the mic. I don't eat seafood. A long time ago, the inner self, the inner being took me off of shellfish. It took me off of catfish. Those bottom feeders, they're like the trash bin of the lakes, right? They took me off of things like trout and things like that. They took me off of shrimp. They took me off of lobster. I used to love lobster. Don't touch it anymore. They took me off all shellfish over time. Like the inner wisdom just took me off of all those things. So now I'm in New Orleans, and yeah, I eat fish. I do love fish. I do love fish, but I eat mostly veggies. It's a mostly veggie plant-based diet. Hey, Juana, how you loving? Jessica, how you loving? Oh, thank you, Jessica. Oh, wow. I just put Jessica's comment up on the screen. I don't even know how I did that. Whoa. Oh my God. I just discovered something new. Y'all know how crazy I am. Oh my God. That's amazing. Oh, look, I just put another one up on the screen. Hey, Jane. Oh my God. Juana. Oh my God. Oh, wow. I just discovered something amazing. Don't mind me. I'm like a kid. Whoa. Yeah. This is your birth month too. Come on, Dawn. I knew it. So everybody wish Dawn a happy birthday and all our Libras happy birthday. So let's talk about the Christian Witches Convention, shall we? Okay. Wow. That is so cool. Oh my God. Stacy, Purpose Speaks. Yes, I love that platform for streaming. Oh my God. Like, I didn't even know all the features that it does. This is so freaking amazing that it's like you can have these conversations. Technology is amazing. Technology is amazing. Wow. So thank you for being here, family. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I love, love, love your birthday and Halloween at the same month. Isn't it coincidence? Isn't that the truth, Danielle? Danielle, that is the absolute truth and synchronicity that I was born in October. I freaking love October. Favorite month of the whole year. Of course, not just because it's my birthday. It's because also at October 31st is the end of the year as witches know it. And November 1st is our brand new year. So according to some calendars, October 31st is all Souls Day. That means all the souls coming out of the graves. The veil is very thin. So I love that. I love that. I love that. Hey, Danielle. Happy Halloween. La Rose. Birthday same day as mine, as your twins. La Rose. Yes. Oh my goodness. Look, La Rose, sending happy birthday vibes to your twins and to me. October 4th. Yay. October 4th. Central. Happy Witchy Wednesday. Oh my goodness. So happy. All right. So this is what's happening with the Christian Witches Convention. I'm very, very, very happy to talk about this, and I'm elated to bring the Christian Witches Convention to humanity, because you may or may not know that we did not have the Christian Witches Convention in 2020, and that was for a reason. The reason we did not have the Christian Witches Convention. Ooh, Phoenix, your nephew's birthday, 10/4. Woo, that was a good day. That was a good day. My goodness, 10/4 was a good day. It is a good day. Amazing souls keep being born on 10/4. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, Jared, how you loving? How you loving? Love you. Love you. Love you. Favorite cousin is a Libra. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Teresa says you guys are just sunshine. I love Libras. You know, I've never met a Libra that I didn't get along with. Never have. So, the Christian Witches Convention, let's talk about it. First of all, why are we having the Christian Witches Convention? We're having the Christian Witches Convention for a very big, important reason, because Christian witches get to come together if you want to. It is very important to be around people who are like you in community. Okay? Oh, Danielle, when we cancel. And you know what, Danielle? I did not know that the world was going to descend into what it descended into over these last few months. I got the inner knowing within me. It was somewhere around January, and I think it was February, actually, before the lockdown. It was February. It was long before the lockdown that spirit told me, mm-mm. And I was like, no to the Christian Witches Convention? How could that be a no? It was somewhere around January, before all the craziness really got full blown of this year. And I was like, okay. And to tell you the truth, I canceled it, but I didn't really even know fully why I was canceling it, to tell you the honest truth, because I couldn't see what was happening. And from where I was sitting, I was like, oh, this is just some little virus. It was saying it was out of Wuhan, China, and blah, 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 blah. That was the big story back then, until they found out that in November it was already found in human sewage in Europe and other places. So it didn't come from China in December. So that whole story changed. So this was very early on, and there was no indication whatsoever that everything would happen that happened in the world. I'm just tuned in and listening, and really being receptive and being open to spirit. And I do not move unless I get the go ahead to move. I don't move until I get the go ahead to move, because I've lived my life before moving ahead of spirit, and it always drives my car into the ditch. Now I don't move unless I moved. And I found that works extremely, extremely well, far beyond anything that I could have imagined for myself. So We canceled the Christian Witches Convention, refunded everybody their money, everybody, all our early bird tickets that we sold in November, December this month. This year. We're also going to have early bird tickets. I'll tell you all about it in a moment. Yeah, you got to listen to that, right, Angelia? Angelia, you're absolutely right. You've always got to listen to what's really going on within you, right? Jared, love you too. Can't stay on the lunch break. Almost over. Check. Oh, yeah. For sure, Jared. For sure. I got to definitely hop in WhatsApp and catch up with our conversation. Jared and I have a very long, ongoing conversation. It's probably been going on for about 8 years now. So, Jared, I will be on it. I'll be on it, man. I'll be on it. So, uh, because I only move, as sources is guiding and leading, I got the clarity. When was it? Maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago, that the Christian Witches Convention for 2021 is a yes, it's a go. Wow! The Christian Witches Convention in 2021 is a yes, it's a go. Yeah! I mean, I am so happy. I'm so happy. So, tickets will come out on 11/11. 11/11, the doors will open for tickets, and we're going to have early bird tickets that will go for about a couple of months. The first 60 days will be early bird tickets, really low price early bird tickets, like we did last year. $222 for the whole weekend. And it's really a bargain because we have it at the Hawthorne Hotel. So the Hawthorne Hotel, we're getting together now, all the contracts and everything. So don't call the Hawthorne Hotel yet and ask them about the Christian Witches Convention, because we don't have the contract signed yet. Okay, baby? We're in the very, very, very early stages of doing everything. 6 months out. It takes months to pull this together in a beautiful, beautiful way for you. In a beautiful way for you. So let me talk to you about what's going to happen at the Christian Witches Convention, because we understand that we must come together in community. You see, you're always stronger when you come together with like-minded people. Iron sharpens iron. So do what is required to come to the convention. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I wish I could go, but I'm all the way in New York." Wait a minute. You're in New York and you can't get to Salem, Massachusetts. Boo, what are you thinking? Have you been listening to us? Have you been in this community? Do you know this is a traveling community that goes all over the world? I don't mean to yell. This is a traveling community that goes all over the world. To Dubai, how will you come with us to Egypt if you can't come to Salem? How will you come with us to Dubai if you can't come to Sedona? I was amazed at some of the comments, because, I read all the comments on the Christian Witches Facebook fan page. I read the comments on the Instagram. Sometimes it takes a minute to get to all the comments. I read the comments, and it's astounding to me. And I'm thinking, are these people witches and wizards or what? Because a fucking witch or wizard would snap your fucking self there. I'm just asking. Are these witches and wizards that we're looking at? Witches, wizards, warlocks, and magical beings. People who cast spells, but you can't get to Salem. I don't understand it. And guess what? The dollar amount shouldn't matter. 200, 2,000. It doesn't matter. Why? Because when my soul is taking me somewhere, the dollar amount is taken care of by God. Now, if I'm taking myself somewhere, Jay, roughly what are the dates? Jay, it's always, great question, Jay. It's always Easter weekend. It is always Easter weekend, Resurrection Sunday weekend. So Good Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm about to tell you the whole setup of the weekend in just a moment. Okay, Jay? So there you go. Now, family, you got to stretch yourself. This is one of the biggest messages of my YouTube channel. I live all over the world. Right now, I'm called what they call a nomad, and I'm writing because I'm an author, I'm a writer, and I lead retreats and do events of human transformation, right? And really here in the space of spirituality, magic, mysticism, to metaphysics, to really help us look at the world differently, right? So with this being said, I see a brother who has a hi. How you doing? Okay. I saw a brother come by in the park with the leaf blower, and I was wondering, was he coming this direction? Do I need to move? But he's like, I was like, oh hi. Okay, he's going over there to blow the leaves. Okay, so that's what happens when you're out in nature. You get all the things that happen in nature that don't happen in a controlled environment, right? So anyway, being in community is the one big thing that you want to consider. There's no substitute for it. I don't care how many Zooms you get on. I don't care how many YouTube videos you get on. There is no substitute for coming together energetically in communion with all our people. That's why I wouldn't live without coming together with our people at the events. All of the events where I get to see you and hug your neck, OMG. There's nothing to replace human connection. Please don't get into a virtual world that you think you can get everything virtually. You cannot. And if you are living a simply virtual life, you are missing out on a whole lot of stuff, baby. But there's a slippery slope trying to get us more and more and more into a virtual life until soon everybody will just have their bodies sitting at home and have a big headphones or big goggles on, living their whole life virtually. Please don't let that be you. You've got to put your body in Salem and walk the streets where the mass hysteria was over witches. You've got to now see in Salem how the mass hysteria of witches has created one of the biggest witch cities in the entire planet. You've got to see, feel, touch the mystical and magical objects in the stores. You've got to see, feel, touch the cemetery, be in it. Look at the witch memorial where they have people buried and the people that were killed weren't even witches. You see what I'm saying? This is the stuff of life. Please don't think that you can get all this stuff virtually. I mean, we don't even have the streaming option because, baby, if you're not there, we'll catch it next year. That's why I'm here, telling you far in advance right now so that you can arrange your time, your energy, your children, your get all your ducks in a row. Get your children together, get your boo together, your money together, all your flights, all your everything. Get it all together now. Now, what are we actually going to be doing at the Christian Witches Convention? This is what we're going to be doing. Friday night, we have an opening celebration. Now, you saw the opening celebration is right here on the channel if you want to look and see what it's all about. We had the opening celebration last time at the very first Christian Witches Convention ever in 2019. Historic. Everyone who came to it actually made history. So we have an opening celebration on Friday night. Now, let me look at some comments. Have to walk the path of our founding witch mothers. Oh, my goodness. I tell you, Teresa, the history in Salem, and this is one of the oldest witch legacies we have in the United States. Now, if you go over to Scotland, their witch legacies goes back hundreds of years. It goes back to the 1500s when the witch hysteria was going all through Europe, and they actually still have witch dungeons. They still have in these great big castles where they would keep the witches or profess witches. Most of them were not witches. Some were healers. Some were midwives. Some were witches. Some were herbalists. Some were single women in a world where every woman supposedly had to be married. Some were older outcasts of society that lived like in the woods and stuff, and people wanted to get rid of them anyway. Okay, so this is heritage. This is heritage. When you're talking about, pardon me, when you're talking about Salem, this is a very old heritage. It goes back to the 1800s. And it's probably one of the oldest heritages that we have as witches in the United States. But now if you go out to Europe, you got much older. And if you go to Africa, even older. Now, Friday night is the opening celebration. Robert, whom you all have seen sing on not in the mystery school, whom you all have seen sing on the Christian Witches at Christian Witches Church, Robert is going to be heading up all of the music, song, dance. Yes, we will have dancers, singers. Oh yeah. And Robert is a professional musician, professional singer, like way up there. Like we pay him. He's not like somebody, hey, can you sing for us? No. If you've heard Roberto Del Rey, you know that Roberto Del Rey is a professional singer, professionally trained. Okay. So he is our minister of music. He is bringing forward for us all of these incredible, the talent. He's in charge of the talent. So you'll have a way. Ah, Linda! Wait a minute. I don't have my bell. Ding, 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 ding. Woo! Money in the vortex! Money in the vortex! Money in the vortex! Money in the vortex! Woo, woo. Billionfold return to you and all our super chatters. Thank you so much, Linda. Linda, you're going to be getting the free books coming up soon. It's my birthday month and I feel like giving gifts, you know? I just feel that way. I feel like giving gifts. So Friday night is going to be a celebration. There's going to be song, there's going to be music, there's going to be dancers. Oh, why shouldn't we celebrate as Christian witches? Why shouldn't we celebrate? So we have a program that we're going to have planned for you Friday night. That's Good Friday. Saturday morning, we always go to the Witch Memorial. So we have our breakfast, get our coffee, and Saturday morning, we go to the Witch Memorial. Now, why do we go to the Witch Memorial? For the reasons that I just stated. To view the legacy of what fear and hate and intolerance can do and how deadly it is. This is exactly what we are here to dispel and disintegrate on the planet. Fear and ignorance. Those are the two biggest killers ever, because people are afraid of what they don't understand, and they don't understand it because they're willfully ignorant about it. People are still afraid of witches, and it's a fear and it's an ignorance. And those two we get to dispel, beginning with self, right? Beginning with myself. Woo! Come on, Dawn! Money in the vortex! Yay! Dawn! Mwah. And I love it. It's euros. You're in Europe. Oh my God, I love it. I love international money. Wow, that was 2 military planes. Thank you! Love it. Money in vortex! Billionfold return to you, and much blessings and much bounty and beauty coming to you for your beautiful generosity here on the channel. I thank you and I honor you and I appreciate you. You're magnificent. So, Friday night, Saturday morning, we get up and we go to the Witch Memorial. We have our rituals that we do, right? We go to the Witch Memorial and we view the results of fear and hatred and ignorance and hysteria. And when you stand there among the results of fear and hate and hysteria and ignorance, inside yourself, you say, you know what? I can't do that. I won't do it. I recommit to freedom and love and joy and peace on this planet. And not only do I recommit it to for myself, I shall be the stand for it on the planet. Come on. El Marie, thank you. Money more times. Come on, El Marie. Mwah. Peace. Much love to you. Much love to you. Family, I so love you. I so love you. So, right, centrally throwing money today, baby. I love it. It's Witchy Wednesday. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because this is important, what we're talking about. And I got to tell you something, family. Every large group of people that are about anything or that are up to anything have an annual convention. Christian Baptists have annual conventions. The people who love books have all kinds of annual conventions. Authors have annual conventions. People who do screenplays and movies have annual conventions. People who do internet marketing have annual conventions. People who are doctors have annual conventions. People who are nurses have annual conventions. Every industry that is about something has an annual convention. Every industry. We're no different. And we're not an industry. We are a movement. So every movement or everyone who's really about something, we have an annual convention. And that's why we do it, because we're about something. We're about changing the world. That's what we're about. We're about freedom of devotion and freedom of worship. We're about nobody can tell you how you're going to worship. No, no, no. Nobody can tell you that you can't be a Christian witch. You choose what you're going to be. And we take a stand for that. And it's an unmovable stand. It's an undeniable stand. that everyone gets to choose how they themselves will connect with source, spirit, or not. We welcome atheists too. Guess what? Some atheists make a whole lot of sense to me because at least they're not caught up in blind belief like a whole lot of zealot Christians are. Okay? Now, after we go to the Witch Memorial, we go to where the cemetery is. We love the cemetery. After we come back from the cemetery, then we will have our vendors. We have our vendors. We have our vendors, and we love our vendors. We only have 10 vendors. Now, let me talk to you about vendors and your vendor space at the event. So far, 2 of the vendor spaces are already gone from people who are in our community. Please understand that the witches who are currently in the initiation program in the Christian Witches Mystery School have first advantage over the general populace. So if you are already if you're already in our community, if you're already in a program with us, like the amazing group of witches that are right now in the initiatory program that you will soon see very soon. Whoo! This group of witches and the initiation program only opens once a year. It will open again in the spring, probably at the Christian Witches Convention. And we start on the summer solstice in June. It only opens once a year because it takes a whole year for us to go through the program. Well, I'll tell you one thing. These witches are phenomenal and they have things to offer. So if there are any vendor tables left after the witches have some do palm reading. Y'all know Dr. Denise Bacchus does palm reading. Y'all know that we have witches that make candles. We have witches that do. We have Danielle. Danielle Anderson has a table at a booth at the Christian Witches Convention. She does cartomancy, and she also has her own line of products, of which I ordered something. I can't wait to get to Miami and get it, retrieve it. So we already have a couple of spots gone. I think 3 of the 10 spots are gone already for the Christian Witches Convention. So whatever vendor spaces are left, those will go on the website and you will be able to apply for a vendor space. Now, the vendor spaces are not open to any and everyone. The vendor spaces are open to people who can prove a couple of more military planes. People who can prove mastery and proficiency in their craft. Remember, if you have a vendor table at the Christian Witches Convention, it means on some level, people will perceive that we ourselves sanction you, which we don't, or that we ourselves somehow approve of you or are endorsing your product, which we don't. Yet, it is important that if you do have a vendor table at the Christian Witches Convention, that you actually can do what you say you can do. So in other words, readers, they will have to prove proficiency as a reader, right? And so that'll be on the application. The application will be up on 11/11 on the website, 11/11, November 11th, as will the tickets will go on sale on 11/11. Now, so we have the studio, the Reader's Studio will happen after we come back from the Witches Convention, after the Witches Memorial. Part of Saturday is dedicated to the vendors, getting readings and, visiting the vendors, shopping. Then we're going to have workshops. We're going to have workshops on Christian witchcraft. We're going to have workshops on spellcrafting. We're going to have workshops that really root you into what does it mean to be a Christian witch. Actual workshops, okay? Which I love. I love that. I love it. I love it. Then that night, on Saturday night, we have a big ball. We don't have the theme of the ball yet because tomorrow we have a planning meeting. Well, not a planning meeting. It's called a vision intention preparation meeting, a VIP meeting, with those of us who get to serve and bring this forth, my assistant and the rest of the team that is pulling together the Christian Witches Convention. The 4 of us, we do vision intention preparation, VIP. We do not do so that we can serve, right? We do not do planning because the divine plan is already in place and we don't need to make a plan because there's already a divine plan. We're following the divine plan. And if you have vision and you set an intention and then you make preparation, that's what we're doing, taking action. Okay. So Saturday night is going to be the ball. So we'll have our big ball on Saturday night, and the ball is going to be themed. We don't know what the theme of the ball is going to be yet. This year, in 2020, it was going to be Harry Potter. However, we didn't have it. In 2019, the theme was American Horror Story. So you get all dressed up, get your Comic-Con stuff out, or your big costume. What's that costume people that come together every year? The costume people come together and get your costumes, and I mean, come with it on Saturday night at the Christian Witches Ball, Sunday morning, and DJ, food, everything, dancing, drinks, all of it. I mean, it's a ball. It is a ball, baby. Okay, and we'll have a DJ and everything. Next Sunday morning. Sunday morning, we have our inspirational service on Resurrection Sunday. Our inspirational service is at 11 a.m. Sunday morning. And then Sunday morning after our inspirational service, it is followed. That's right, Danielle. Without vision, the people perish. It begins with that. Like, what is the vision? What am I to be doing? What am I here for? And that has to come from beyond your own human conscious mind, right? Just talking to myself. That has to come beyond your conscious mind. It has to come from the beyond, right? From source, from the cosmos, right? From the cosmos. Now, yeah, Comic Con, right? Comic Con, I love it. I love it how they get all dressed up with all their. Oh man, I love all that stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like their Game of Thrones get up and all that stuff. Ooh, Game of Thrones might be a good theme. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Put it in the comments. What y'all think a good theme could be. It has to be magical. It has to be some kind of theme that has magic associated with it because we are a magical order, absolutely, and we're a magical community. So it has to be whatever the theme is. It has to involve magic. Magic has to be front and center or deeply involved in this whole entire, you know, undertaking. So Saturday night we have a ball. Sunday morning we have our inspirational service. It's our, I don't want to say church because we don't have a church. It's an inspirational service that is there to inspire you as a Christian, which to your highest heights and to your greatest devotion and your most magnificent soul presence on the planet. And then ooh, Vampire Diaries. Ooh, Teresa, you just said something. Ooh, because Bonnie Bennett is one of my favorite witches of all time. Of all time. Ooh, I love that one. I was also thinking Game of Thrones. You know, I was also thinking, of course, Lord of the Rings has got some amazing magic in it with some amazing costumes that you could put together. So, yeah, keep coming, keep it coming. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, here's the completion of the whole weekend. The completion of the whole weekend. Hello, how are you? the completion the completion of the whole weekend is going to be on Sunday afternoon with our gospel brunch. And there we have more speakers because we have speakers come in also. We'll have more speakers come in, and the gospel brunch is this full blown brunch at the Hawthorne Hotel that is over the top. I mean, this food, and I mean, it's just food upon food. The gospel brunch by itself is $55. By itself, $55. That's how much the gospel brunch is. Like, if you were just to go to the Hawthorne Hotel for Easter Sunday, and their Easter Sunday at the Hawthorne Hotel, hundreds of people come every year to the Hawthorne Hotel just for the Easter brunch, just for the Easter Sunday brunch. That's how momentous it is. Okay, it's a big deal. It's a very big deal. So that's what we have going on for the weekend, and then we conclude the Christian Witches Convention will conclude on Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. somewhere. I think it's 3 p.m. Now, this will all be on the website on 11/11. I'm giving you the upcoming events. Okay, been to the Hawthorne Hotel, and it is beautiful. And what about, ooh, isn't it a vibe? Every time I go to the Hawthorne Hotel, I'm going to tell you something. The Hawthorne Hotel has been very, very, very historic for Christian witches because the first ever Christian witches mystery school was at the Hawthorne Hotel. The first ever Christian witches convention was at the Hawthorne Hotel. Reportedly, the oldest, most haunted hotel in all of Salem. And it is indeed haunted. I just want to make you aware of that. If you're not into that kind of thing, I mean, witches are okay with that kind of thing. As far as from what I've noticed, most of our witches are okay with it. They kind of prefer it. They kind of like it. Uh, if you're not into haunting and possibly hearing things at night and shadows and creeps and cracks and dark corners and shadows and old stuff. I mean, if you're not into old and creepy, yeah, it's a vibe. Hawthorne Hotel is a total vibe. It's the most haunted hotel in all of Salem. If you're not into haunted, pick another hotel. Go down the street to the Salem Hotel. Now, the Salem Hotel is beautiful. I've stayed there too. They have some beautiful rooms. Stay at the Salem Hotel because the Salem Hotel is brand new. Well, it's not brand new. It's an old building. They gutted the whole thing, and they pretty much cleared out the ghosts. I think all the ghosts kind of left when they did the remodel of it from the old building to the new building because, ghosts, they don't like all that and just shoveling stuff and moving stuff around and all that kind of stuff. So they kind of got like, just energetically kind of like evicted, I guess you can say. So that's a pretty new hotel. It's very beautiful. I've stayed there before. The Salem Hotel. It's magnificent. It has a rooftop deck. It is beautiful. It has gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous rooms. I love it there. It's modern. It doesn't give you that haunted vibe. So if you want to just sleep at night, not have crazy dreams, and not see, stuff and be like, what was that? If you don't want none of that, go to the Salem Hotel. And you'll sleep like a baby because it ain't nobody walking around at night looking and wondering, ooh, the witches are in town. Ghosts of old dead witches and ghosts of people that were not witches but were killed because they were witches. I mean, it's a whole lot of ghosts in the whole town. Salem is just full of ghosts. If you don't like that, I don't know. Don't go to Salem and don't go to New Orleans because this place is full of ghosts too. I mean, full of spirits all over the place. I'm rather comfortable with spirits. I actually like spirits better than I like human beings. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love human beings. I'm really fascinated by spirits. I love spirits. I love talking to spirits. It makes for a very fascinating life. So I don't have any problem with them. So when I go in, and I set parameters of how I deal with the spirit realms. So, I feel good. I feel very good. But now if you don't feel good about it, go somewhere. Been in the Hawthorne Hotel. It's beautiful. What a vibe. Yep, it sure is a vibe. Yes, I almost deterred a lot of energy because I bought my protection and stones. So I had really vivid dream experience. Yep, for sure. But yes, um uh, there was a butt of a spiritual emptiness. Okay, okay. I'd rather stay in an old haunted hotel. Me too, Dawn. Then we got you at the Hawthorne. Come on over. We got you, boo. We got you. So that's what we got going on now. Here is the piece de resistance that I want to also share with you. The Christian Witches Mystery School will be happening in Salem the week following the convention. Now, the first convention, we had the Mystery School the week before the convention, but it was a little too much. And not but and I learned from that experience. It was beautiful because a lot of people were already there for the mystery school, so of course they were going to be there for the weekend as well. And it was incredible. And it was Game of Thrones. And Game of Thrones, we had a Game of Thrones party on Thursday night before Friday. And we had classes Monday through Friday. It was so good. This time we're going to move the school right after the convention because it would give us that week. I'm going to be in Salem a few days early. It would give us time beforehand to get everything in prep and preparing and make sure everything on the ground is the way it needs to be. You're going to have discounts at possibly at restaurants, but definitely at magic shops. Last year, we got a 20% discount on Hex and Omen, owned by Brian and Christian. Christian Day and Brian Kane. I freaking love those warlocks. They own Hex and Omen in Salem, and they also own Hex and Omen right here in New Orleans. So I highly recommend going to Hex and Omen here in New Orleans and going to Hex and Omen in Salem. They were so kind and so generous. They gave us a 20% discount to everything in Hex and Omen, all your decks and books. And they have an incredible library in Omen. Hex is more the darker side of magic, and Omen is more the lighter side of magic. So whatever you tend toward, they got you taken care of at Hex and Omen. Then, of course, we go to the Vampire Store. I freaking love the Vampire Store. That's where my cloak came from, where you all bought me the coat. The Christian Witches Mystery School students, for the first ever Christian Witches Mystery School in Salem, was my birthday week. And they bought me this incredible cloak. It seems like we're always in Salem during my birthday somehow for the last couple of years. So that's been a lot of fun. Probably for the last 3 years. 3 years ago, I went with myself just to take myself to Salem. And then in 2018 was the Christian Witches Mystery School. And then in 2019 was the Mystery School as well in Salem, I believe. So we've done a lot in Salem. Salem is incredible for us. Okay, now the sun is about to roast the sister, so I'm about to wind this down. All right, family, that's what we got coming up on American Horror Story Theme. Yep, American Horror Story Theme was the first Christian Witches Convention, the ball on Saturday night. So the ball always has a theme. And so, family, ooh, Haven? Haven? Crow Haven? Never heard of Crow Haven. Oh, Crow Haven, the store. Yeah. I got to see if we can get a discount to Crow Haven. I love that store. And I also love the wand store. Man, we have gotten so many wands out of that wand shop. It's not even funny. Pyramid Books. We are like all over Pyramid Books. Metaphysical store in Salem. It's actually one of my favorite metaphysical stores in Salem, probably in the country. Pyramid Books. It's a phenomenal store. If you're ever in Salem, make sure you go to Pyramid Books and make sure Christian Witches, you tell them Christian Witches sent us, because Christian Witches, the more people hear it, the more they acclimatize to it, the more they understand it, the more they'll start to have more books for Christian Witches, more crystals for Christian Witches, more Christian witchcraft supplies, Christian witchcraft jewelry, all of which amazing artisans, even right now, on Amazon are making Christian witchcraft jewelry. They'll make more Christian witchcraft jewelry on Etsy. They'll make more Christian witches books, more Christian witches grimoires. You speak it and you will see it, right? Speak it and you will see it. All right, Haven. Yeah, I love that. On convention. Yeah, on convention. I missed earlier. Yes, this is the convention. So this is the lineup of the Christian Witches Convention. I do have to tell you, at our very first Christian Witches Convention, we had some nice Christians that came and protested us, which I was really I was honored by that. I was like, wow, this is pretty incredible. We got some protesters here. Now, I didn't see any of them, but I did hear, and I heard a couple of them. But I'm going to tell you a very interesting thing that happened with the protesters for the first Christian Witches Convention and the first Christian Witches School. First of all, I don't know why you would be a Christian and come protest a witchy event in Salem. Like, Salem is the witch capital of the United States. Like, I don't know, Christians. I don't know if this was fully thought out. I don't know if this just was like, looks good on paper and we're going to do this. I don't know who was in charge of that. But anyway, that's not my business. I'm not in charge of Christian protests. I don't know. Anyway, I could have thought of a billion other places to go to protest some witchy shit other than in the middle of Salem. You're not going to win on that one, Christian. Christians, you're not going to win. For all you Christians that are planning protests, you're never going to win doing that in Witchy Town. I thought I would just give you a tip to take back to your headquarters where y'all planted up all these protesting witchy people. Man, I saw some Christians protesting in New Orleans in the middle of Bourbon Street. They had their Bibles. Wasn't nobody listening to them. Drunk people. Witches with big witch hats going into Marie Laveau, and the Christians was there with their Bibles. Come to Jesus. The drunk was like, do Jesus have drinks? Is that a new club? Dude, you're drunk. Get out of here. I'm just saying, Christians. I'm just giving you a little helpful input for your protest. Maybe they would have a lot better success if y'all plan these things out a little differently. That protest was sad and sorry. It was a total fail. It was epic fail. On Bourbon Street. I was looking at the Christians and I was saying, who gets people to do this? Like, how what did they say to you to get you to do this? To stand on Bourbon Street with the Bible? Like, who told you that was a good idea, first of all? And why did you think it would be successful? But I'm not here to make fun of anyone's religion. I promise you, I love all people. I love all people. I love all people. I'm just saying there's a way to do everything. Even Solomon said there's a time and place for everything under the sun. And so I just think you would have a whole lot more success if you wasn't in Salem or New Orleans on Bourbon Street. So anyway, so this is what happened with one of the protesters. I'll end with this story. So we had the mystery school. The mystery school goes from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. It's 5 days intensive mystery school training, Christian witchcraft. Well, we have lunch. 12 to 2 is our lunch, 2-hour lunch. So we go 9 to 12 in the morning, 3 hours intensive, and we do our rituals and we do so forth and so on, spiritual practices and our chants and all that. And then in the afternoon, we come back 2 to 5 and we have our next, class on sigils or Kabbalah, the tree of life or tarot and all these things that applies to Christian witchcraft. Well, from 12 to 2 during lunch, sometimes I would go out to lunch with some of our students, and sometimes I would go back to my room to get freshened up or something like that after we have lunch, and then go back to class. Well, where my room was, I was in a suite. It was a 1-bedroom suite at the Hawthorne Hotel. Where my suite was, it was right on the corner. So being that it was right on the corner, there was a protester downstairs, and he had a megaphone. And so I couldn't hear everything that he was saying. Literally, I could hear like maybe every few words. And this was a very strange phenomenon. Every few words that I could make out, I was in complete agreement with. It was so bizarre. Like I would hear, it would literally be, ooh, my nose is running. Wait a minute, let me get a tissue. This is not a good look. Okay, thank you. It would literally, that was me laughing so much. It would literally be that he would say, this is what it sounded like to me. Blah, 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 and Jesus loves you. And I would be like, yes. And then blah, 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 and come to God today. I would be like, yes. And blah, 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 and love is the only answer. And I would be like, yes. It was very bizarre. The person who was purportedly a protester, nothing that I heard from him actually went against what I stand for. It's very interesting. It's very interesting, which led me to believe that people probably don't even know that Christian witches do understand the Bible. We understand love. We understand God. We understand Christ. We probably understand that a lot better than a lot of Christians. We also understand Jesus was a sorcerer. And the Christians, they're slow to the gate with that one. But it's okay. Everything comes out in due time. That the Talmud said that. The Talmud said this. The book of the Jewish people said, and Jesus they killed for magic because he practiced magic and he incited people to other gods, to worship other gods. Gods, not God, because he practiced magic. As far as I can tell, that's exactly what he's doing. He's practicing magic, textbook magic, as far as I can see. So I'm willing to have anyone, give us a different way of looking at it. But as far as all my research has told me, that's exactly what it was magic. Now, as we conclude, this is what I want to say. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Forward to the convention. Come on, come on. Hyper religious people. You just can't understand. You can't understand them. Hey, Reverend Valley looks nice and warm. Oh my goodness. It's freezing in New York, Kathy. Oh my goodness, Kathy. It is like 85. It's a perfect sunny day here in New Orleans. And I'm about to leave New Orleans Friday. I am leaving New Orleans Friday. After being here for 2, 3 months, I think, I'm leaving on Friday. And then I will be headed back over to Miami for a while. And then I'll be headed cross country so that I can meet up with Sedona. We have 2 retreats going on in Sedona. We have the Mystery School in Sedona, December 1st to the 5th. Go to ChristianWitches.com. Come on, come on, come on. Go to ChristianWitches.com and get yourself there. And then we have another retreat on the 12th and 13th of December, 12/12 and 12/13. Kathy, you're eligible to come if you'd like without cost. These retreats that we're doing, this is for those who are in the Wealth and Wellness Vortex with us. And if you're not in the Wealth and Wellness Vortex with us, then you just go to my website, ValerieLove.com, and you'll see how you can hop in the Wealth and Wellness Vortex and you'll see what it's all about. Get ready for the Christian Witches Convention. It's coming. I love you. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. Mwah! Peace, witches. Peace. Love you, fam. Love you.